aware of the simple fact of all the stuff that's on your credit report itself. Just remember that the credit report is always going to be a summary of all your financial history. So that same financial history is also Nexus Lexus. Oh my God. Also, if you could get Nexus Lexus to update and remove like some of the information from like your car accidents, that's also going to help you with your insurance rate. Trust me, like me being an insurance adjuster and learning about Nexus Lexus was like next to God, because it was like, wait, you're telling me I could have been paying way less money, but they had stuff that was being updated, that was being reported from like, an accident or from this or from that. And it's like, wait, but I never reported that. So to get all this information, it's literally going to help you in the long run. If you're able to go back to Nexus Lexus and then get your credit report, sit down side by side with everything and just go through it, I promise you, your life, you're going to love yourself more. So your credit report is going to be a summary of all of your records, loans, all of that. And also, please do keep in mind that Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion aren't the only credit bureaus. They are the big three, but they are not the only credit bureaus. Just keep that in mind, please. So once you go through and you hit everything on the credit report, keep in mind that they have up to 60 days to get back to you, 60 business days at that. Even though they tell you that, I think they tell you like 30 or 45 days, they do legally have up to 60 days. So again, if you have a poor credit report, it's going to stop you from getting loans. It's going to stop you from doing anything essentially that you like to do. Some jobs, some government jobs also, they do check your credit report. I had a cousin that works for the government, and they would always go through and like check her credit report and shit like that, even after getting employment. So some jobs do want you to have a particular credit score to continue to work with them. So definitely do keep that in mind. Or they also want to make sure that they're checking like your liens, bankruptcies, and all of that shit. Like they go through and that information could be used against you essentially. So late payments, it's going to create a bad impression of you. So even if you have a situation, bro, one thing that I need everyone to start doing, trust me, as an individual that's living fucking life after death, bro, communication, open your mouth, speak, have a conversation with these people. If you don't like what they're saying, hang up, call back, like legit shit. There's somebody that's going to be able to assist you. You just have to find the right person. So late payments are never going to look good for you. It's always going to give you a bad impression. If you can reach out to your creditor, reach out to your creditor. Hey, this is what the fuck is going on. This is what I need help with. And again, if they're speaking to you and you don't like how they're speaking to you, hang up. Me, I'm thugging it out with them until they get to the level that I want them to get to, and they're doing what the fuck I want them to do. And I say this with all love and all respect to these people, because I don't know if they're going through a day. I don't know what the fuck's going on in their home life. Whatever it is, I could only assume. So I'm going to assume you're just having a shit day, and this is why you're speaking to me. So I'm going to continue. Oh my God, I hope your day is going well. Oh, this, oh, that. While I'm still telling you like, hey, so I need this to be done X, Y, and Z. And you're the great person that's going to help me with that. So late payments should never be a thing when they could literally sit here and move your payment date for you. Or depending on the loan that you have, they can move the payment to the back of the loan. So many options as to why you should never have a late payment. Just saying. So yeah, if you're not going to be able to make your payment on time, get in touch with the creditors. Let them know what's going on. Life before debt, life after debt. I can fucking confirm it. People love when you communicate. People love when you speak to them. People love when they feel like they're included and they're able to help you get from point A to point B. And this is not all people. This is some people. Like, you know, the ones that want to help you. They will go above and beyond. Trust me. So if your credit score is low, they're going to always have you as a person that is high risk. Now, not saying that because you have a poor credit score, you're a bad person, or you're terrible, or you're whatever. Because I know people that have great credit and they're still shit when it comes to spending. However, they have the funds to accommodate their lifestyle, so they don't give a shit about credit. So to say that, because you have a poor credit score, you're always going to be high risk, or you're always in that risk bucket, I wouldn't say is a valid statement. But when you do have a poor credit score, they do look at you differently. It is what it is. Also, I've seen where individuals, they're like, oh, I have a 720 credit score. And I'm like, yeah, but do you have a solid credit profile? So yes, you're doing all these disputes on your credit report, but are you adding credit back to your credit report? Every time you take off an account, you want to replace the account. So yes, you took off this account. Yes, it probably dropped your score, or when your score might have gone up. We don't fucking know. We're not the credit bureau. So you could take off, you could put on, the score can fluctuate or go up and down, right? While you're taking off these credit, you want to be adding credit. So this is why you see individuals buy trade lines. Trade lines are literally you piggybacking off of someone else's credit profile. So for example, when I need fast money, I know everybody loves American Express. So I have this one particular American Express card. I sell my trade line slot for $550. Why? Because it's American Express, and I know, I have a $10,000 credit limit. I know I have great payment history, and best of all, I've had that card since I want to say 2013. So bitch, we got years. You feel me? So years, tenure, good payment. You're gonna pay that $550 because hey, great payment history, great amount. It looks good on paper, and on top of that, because you now have that account showing up on your own personal account, you could then go to American Express and say, hey, I want to go ahead and apply for this credit or that credit. Or American Express is going to start sending you, those things that you get in the mail. What the fuck are they called? I forgot what the fuck they're called. Those, they ask you if you want to sign up for it, depending. It's not called junk mail. It's called fucking inquiry, some shit, where they'll tell you like, sign up for this because by this date you'll get like a $500 limit or whatever. It's these invitations that the credit bureaus in these places send you. That's essentially where they're getting that information from. So, yeah, you want to make quick money. You have a credit line or you have a credit file that is in good standings. Sell your reserve slots. Like, that's easy money, bro. And you could do that monthly. So imagine every fucking month somebody's coming to you and you're saying, hey, I could sell you my line, or I could sell you my trade line slot, and $200-$300 a month. Easy money. Trust me. Get on with it. You don't want to use too much of your credit. So that's also something that you have to keep in mind. Your debt to income ratio. You don't want it to be at $1,000 and then you're using $900 of the $1,000. When it reports, it's not going to report well in your favor. And then that's also going to make it seem like you don't have money management and you don't have risk. You want to also keep that in mind. Like, don't use up all your credit card limits. Or if you use up your credit card limit, remember, paid off early, or paid off a certain amount before your close date, and then pay the rest. So when it reports with a lower balance. So yeah, definitely keep all your balances low, so that way you don't have to worry about oh my gosh, if I have a situation, I'm going to go over the limit on the card, or I'm not going to have enough to pay on the card. Also, if you have cards that have rewards, throw those rewards back into your payments. I am famous for that shit. Bro, me getting hurt, I literally started like paying my credit card with my reward points because I was like, bitch, you got damn near, I think on one credit card I had like $500 and something of just reward points. And I was like, yeah, let me figure out how the fuck to use this, because I was trying to figure out how to use it. Could never. So yeah, I dumped all that shit back into just paying for the credit card, being to the fact of I didn't have the money. So it's like, fuck it. I have already paid y'all X amount of money over the years. Use those points to continue to pay. If you find any mistakes on the report, again, this is where you want to go ahead and get it updated immediately. So you would contact the creditor, and get that information update. Overall, you always want to make sure that if you are making double payments also on any of your loans or anything, after you make that first initial payment, please, when you're doing your second payment, call in and ask for your payment to go directly to the principal. If it doesn't go to the principal, then it's going to go to your whole entire amount. If you know, you know. So you always want to go ahead and inquire to make sure that the payment, your second follow-up payment, or whatever amount of payments that you're going to make after your first initial payment, everything goes towards your principal and not just to the whole entire loan. What else? Using the credit building credit cards is going to improve your credit score. But when you're using the credit building credit cards, it's credit building for a reason. So a lot of times, depending on the card, you might be stuck at a particular limit. I know a lot of individuals are saying that with Capital One, I believe it was, they were stuck at like a $300 limit or $500 limit. However, they've applied for other cards and got those cards with Capital One at a higher limit, but they wouldn't up the level on the credit builder card. Depending on how long you've had the card, if you want to keep the card, great. If it's a $500 limit and you know that you are in the process of like getting another card, depending on the year, depending on how long you've had the card, so the 10-year of the card, I'm not closing the card. I would just literally like keep that card for subscription purposes, because again, the more credit you have, it looks good. Even if it's just the $500, but you do have those years behind it, that also looks good. So I would keep that card for something that's like subscription based or eating out or gas or something, but that's something I also make sure that I pay it back immediately. So some companies also that's gonna offer you like the opportunity to fix your credit or your poor credit. Like how should I put it? Just be careful literally with it. And a lot of times if you're gonna do like the invitation only for the poor credit cards and stuff, like the Indigo cards and everything else, try Discover or try Capital One before you do those other cards, only because of the simple fact of those other cards, they come with crazy like fees. If it's not crazy fees, they're gonna tell you that they need what is that? The payback on them is like super crazy also. So keep that in mind for when you're doing like the poor credit cards or the credit cards that's supposed to help you repair your credit. They might not be everything that they're supposed to cracked up to be. So that's pretty much that on the whole aspect of the credit and everything else. And that, but yeah, man, you should never have an issue when it comes to fixing your credit report, being to the fact of now you know, hit up Nexus Lexus. If you could get your Nexus Lexus report first, that would be phenomenal. After you get your Nexus Lexus, go ahead and jump in, get your try credit report. It's going to have all three. That way you'll get a full breakdown of everything that needs to be paid. And then from there, you're good to go. So I hope y'all really dig that. And that was a great lesson overall with the whole idea of credit within itself. What else? I think that's like pretty much it, honestly. So literally anything else that you guys would like to know, definitely hit me in the DMs. What is this? This is Tuesday. So yeah, every Tuesday we're gonna be speaking about some form of credit at some point of the day. So yeah, definitely Tuesdays for that. Monday we're still gonna stick to our mindset and accountability, and then for Wednesday I got to figure out what we're gonna do, because I'm really trying to like get back into the groove of shit. So there's that. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Oh, and of course, please make sure that you guys are been into Cornell law and just going over the different going over the different vocabulary for when it comes to learning about your credit report. So when you're learning about the credit report, also please remember to use the same vocabulary when you're reaching out to them. So whatever it says when you're reading it, literally reword that statement so that way they know, like, okay, hey, you're speaking to them on this level, or you're not as uneducated as they might seem. So you want to go ahead and always use their jargon or their words back to them. However, please make sure that you know what you're trying to convey and not just use big words just to use big words. Like we're not doing that. So also, oh shit, why can I not sign in? Why can I not sign in? When I tell you I'm so over Apple, it's not even funny. Yes. Please sign me in. What is your password, bro? I'm going to flip my shit. All right, so apparently we can't get into that just yet. But yeah, legit shit. Just definitely go over everything that you guys are able to go over, and whatever you guys might have questions with, hit me with it. Tomorrow I'm gonna figure out what the hell we're gonna speak about for my 30 minutes once we get that live set up. But overall, if you guys have any questions about anything credit related or CP related, hit me with that. Someone had also asked if the trade lines that you use for the CP is the same that you use for your credit. Yes, the trade lines are the same. Now, please keep in mind, if you are using whatever trade lines you're using for your regular personal credit, do not use that information for your CP. Don't ever use the same information, because what that's going to do is going to allow them to link your regular social with your CP. So you don't want to do that. Also, please do keep in mind, sometimes when you do these disputes, depending on how the account is disputed, it could cause an acceleration clause. What is an acceleration clause? The acceleration clause is basically a contract between you and the lender, and it's going to demand full payment of you breaking that contract. So please, when you're doing your disputes, if the dispute is linked to a car or something that's a big financial responsibility, don't dispute it, because if you end that contract, you could probably be responsible for everything. It's like you're hitting a fast forward button essentially, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to pay you all this money right now for said product. So don't do it. So mortgage, auto loans, all of those could trigger an acceleration clause. Also, when you're signing up for these mortgages and these loans, please be careful with if there's a clause that's going to say, hey, if you pay the loan off earlier than the date that is on the paper, then you have an accelerated amount also that you would have to pay. Like, everything goes back to money, bro. So be careful of all of that, and just look into the different aspects of the loan and the paperwork that you're signing into before you sign into it, because it's crazy how adverse action could come back to like bite you in the ass, and it could be something so simple. So definitely hop in on that. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it, bro. I think we literally covered most of the stuff for credit. Also, the affidavit of identity theft. A lot of individuals that do the credit sweep, I don't know how they do their credit sweep. I don't know if they implore you guys to get sworn statements saying that you're a victim of identity theft, reporting it with the police and everything else. Like, if you know for a fact that you're a victim of identity theft, or someone has used your information to get whatever that needs to be got, go ahead and go and get that report because that's going to help you clean up your credit report so much faster. Like, yo, this is shit that people legit be paying me for. And I'm like, yeah. So go to a police station, file a fucking complaint, especially if you know that somebody took your information and they're using it. Easiest fucking way to clear everything off of your credit report, on God. Like, ain't nobody gonna argue with you, you feel me? So if you have time, if you have day, you're literally getting a sworn fucking statement that's saying, hey, the data or whatever that's being used, I didn't approve of it, or I didn't say yes to it. And yeah, it wasn't me. However, here's the paperwork, and I went above and beyond because I went to the police station. Turn all that shit in a cup. In my first round, I've had stuff taken off for people, including myself. And I'm like, wow, this actually works a lot easier than me having to go back and forth trying to express why the account shouldn't be there, why this or why that. So definitely keep that in mind. Quick recap. First of all, thank y'all so much for sitting through this process with me. Just to go over everything really quick, credit report, annualcreditreport.com. Get a breakdown of your 3 credit reports. What else? If the credit profile doesn't show up on all 3 credit bureaus, that means that it's not on all 3 credit bureaus. It's nothing for you to worry about. That means that that company only updated to Experian and Equifax, or it only updated to TransUnion and it didn't update to the other 2. Less is more. We love that. So once you go through and you check that, you're then going to go ahead and also don't dispute the hard inquiries that's linked to accounts, because if you dispute the hard inquiries that's linked to an account, it's going to possibly cause you to have an acceleration clause. If the acceleration clause kicks in, that means that you fast forward your payments on whatever the fuck that loan is. So for example, if it's a car loan and you're disputing the fact that you don't want to fucking pay for the car, they're going to probably cancel the loan, and then they're going to send you a bill for whatever the cost of that car is. So those are things that you want to keep in mind when you're doing your disputes. If it's an account that you know is in good standing, and let's say it has 1, maybe 3 late payments overall, but your late payments are in the 30 days, because remember, there's 30, 60, and 90. If it's in the 30 days, bro, reach out to the fucking company CEO. Me personally, I reached out to people at Bank of America, Chase, especially homie at Wells Fargo. Bro, shout out to that guy. Their CEO is fucking phenomenal. That man has taken shit off of my credit card where I know for a fact that shit should have been there. Again, it's all about how you word stuff. So when I type up my letter, hey, as per blah, 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 and I've been with you guys since this time, and I have this amount of accounts with you. This is why you want to make sure that you lock in with these banking institutions. Like, get every fucking thing that they offer. If, like, just make sure that you cash in with your bank or your credit union or whatever the fuck institution you're getting money from. The more notches that you have under your belt with them, the better it looks. Like, hands down. Like, I could tell anyone I hate Navy Federal, but guess what? I love Navy Federal because of the simple fact of I have so much shit with them. So even though here it is, I had a death experience, I haven't worked in 2 fucking years. When my credit cards were going to shit, I literally called them, hey, so I'm not gonna be able to pay for this. Yeah, I know I told you all this shit, 2 months, 3 months, like every month I'm on the phone with them since I've gotten hurt, because I'm like, I can't pay for this or I can't pay for that. Then of course the account type that I had with the bank, I had to keep a certain amount in that account every fucking every day. And I'm like, who the fuck signed up for this god? When I tell you money was never a problem. So now I'm like, oh shit. Like, I was out here with a fucking spendings account, and they're like, yeah, so you had to every, and I'm like, so you're telling me for me to keep this shit, I had to have 10 bands. So I was running 10 bands faithfully every day. And they're like, yeah. So now that I can't do that, it's like, how do I now perform? Because everything that I do, essentially, it's going to come back to you have to do this or you have to do that or this or that. And I'm not a student, I'm an adult. Certain free accounts I can't get anymore. So when I see the shit that they're doing on my accounts, I'm like, okay, good. But again, this also consists of you have to have individuals on the other line who wants to help you. Um, so please don't think that everybody's going to be all forthcoming. You just got to get the right people. But yeah, once you go through and you do that, remember Nexus Lexus. Nexus Lexus is also going to be your best bet if you want to essentially cut out most of the paperwork with your credit bureau. Get in touch with Nexus Lexus, get a copy of that report, start your disputes with Nexus Lexus. If you could do your disputes with Nexus Lexus, because essentially that's where a lot of the credit bureaus go back to verify the information anyways. So if you could take all that shit out of Nexus Lexus, the negative stuff, it's going to help you in the long run. So yeah, start with Nexus Lexus if you can. If not, go through, get your credit report, sit down, find all your discrepancies before you go ahead and contact the credit bureau back and say, hey, I have a discrepancy. Let them do the investigation for you. So once they come back and they tell you this is what the findings are, then you go ahead and you hit them with your findings. If on one account you had 8 discrepancies, do not list all 8 discrepancies at one time, please, because what they'll probably do is take that information that you're giving them and update the information that's on file to match what the fuck you just did. So you basically did their job for them, essentially. And now they're gonna tell you that account is verified or it's whatever the fuck it is that they're gonna tell you, right? So just keep that in mind to where you're not going to do their job for them. However, you want them to verify how the hell they got that information, because they should have been able to show, they should have went through and make sure everything is correct by the time they got back to you. So once you do that, again, my personal rule of thumb, if you start January of every year with your credit inquiries, I'd say do about 6 rounds. After your 6th round, take a break. So January, February, March, April, May, June, somewhere in there, take a break. Around October, so around like Christmas season or holiday seasons, that's when I'm popping back out with my next set of disputes. And of course, before you start to dispute again, go in, grab all of your credit reports, and then sit down and see what came off, what didn't come off, what was updated, and you're clarifying that based off of the information that you had before. So you should have all, and every time the credit companies send you some form of letter, they send you back your credit report anyway. So you should have the most updated version from, June or July, whenever you stopped, and then what it is now. So after you go through and you do all of that, again, another 6 rounds, you stop, you let it simmer for a little bit. If all of that doesn't work for you and you want to do a credit sweep, it's phenomenal. Again, if you're doing a credit sweep, make sure that within a week or everything that you want to purchase. So when I say purchase everything you want to purchase, I'm talking about if you're buying a house, if you're buying a car, because remember also when you do the credit sweep, it's taking everything off of your credit. So you're going to have to immediately start adding back credit. That's where I come in also. So if you know that you're fixing your credit or whatever it is and you need trade lines, connect with me. I have trade lines. With the trade lines, then you're leasing the line, you're leasing the information. No, you do not get a credit card. No, you do not get anything that says that the account is yours or any of that shit. It's not your account. You're literally just piggybacking off of somebody else's credit. All right. So anytime you decide that you're going to do anything major to your credit, you want to take off the credit and add credit. So the trade lines is how you're going to add credit back. If you don't know anyone that has good credit, then you essentially don't want to get on their credit card. So, for example, if you want to make quick money, right? Let's say you have a credit card that you've had for 5 years. It's, and let me not say a credit card. For example, let's say you have a credit card that's 5 years. The both of them are 5 years. One is American Express. The other one is Taboo. I don't know. I'm fucking looking at Taboo. So the both cards have a 10,000. No, American Express has a $5,000 limit. This one has a $4,000 limit. This one has two late payments that are in the 30-day mark, right? This one has no late payments at all, and everything is great. People are gonna buy American Express before they fucking buy Taboo because of the simple fact that it's American Express. So even though you're telling them like, yo, this shit has two late payments on it, yeah, but it's American Express though, right? Yeah, but Taboo's over here with $4,000. Yes, it's 1K different, but it has a clean payment history. Yes, the name is Taboo. Nobody's probably gonna buy the shit, or somebody like me would probably buy it because I'm not a name brand person essentially, but there's legit people out here that would only buy specific credit lines just because it's from this company or it's from that company. So you want to be aware of that. Now, let's say me personally, I'm selling you those lines and I'm giving you a disclosure like, yeah, American Express is, the same 5,000 and it has the two late payments. I'm still going to sell you that line for at least $1,000 because it's American Express. However, Taboo over here, I'm probably going to sell you for $500, even though it has such great payment, blah, 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 because I know who the fuck is Taboo. Literally. So unfortunately, it's one of those things where even if it's a great product, people will not buy it because of the name. And it's the same process when you think of your credit. So if you do a credit sweep, again, start to add credit. If you need to buy trade lines, tap in with me. Some of my trade lines, I do lease them. And when I say lease, it's for 3 months. So regularly a trade line only lasts for, let's say you buy a trade line today. Today's what? The 16th. So if it closes today, it'll probably report maybe in 3 to 4 days on your actual credit report, right? Or it could take longer from there. And then on top of that, by the way, guys, when you buy your trade lines does not report to all 3 credit bureaus. I believe there's specific cards. I don't know if they still are those specific cards, but I know Discover was one, and a particular Chase card reports to all 3. And of course, you could Google the shit. So you want to go ahead and check to see, like, once you do your credit sweep and everything else, and everything is removed, you're adding your trade line. Once you add the trade line, you want to go ahead and immediately start to shop for whatever you need. Every time you do your credit sweep, start to shop for immediately whatever you need. So if you know you're doing a credit sweep today and you need to buy, a car or some shit like that, you need to have a trade line that was basically put on that would hit that close date within that week, because the person that's doing the validation for all the shit that was just taken off of your credit, they're going to verify that, this was a valid removal. And from there, they'll go ahead and if it's not valid, they're going to put it back on your credit. That's why I don't like credit sweeps. Also, the information was given to the CFPB. The person could put in there, it wasn't me or it was fraud or whatever the fuck the person puts in there. Please make sure that these people are sending you, some of them do, some of them probably don't. They'll send you like a copy of of what they did. I don't know if everyone still essentially does that or not, but sometimes they'll do, sometimes they won't. So whatever they send you, just keep a copy of that for your own record, so that way if it's somebody that just tells you like, yo, they just do a credit sweep, then they're just going to do a credit sweep. There's nothing essentially send. But every time you remove, you want to go ahead and add. If you want to add trade lines, you could either have a family or friend add you to their card, but keep in mind, you want to add a card that has a great payment history, a great amount, because you don't want to add a card that only has a $500 limit, even if they've had the card for 10 years. Like, yeah. So you definitely want to get trade lines that are going to make sense. Get trade lines that are going to support what you're doing. After that, you want to start to rebuild your credit. So remember, you want to make sure that your credit profile is going to match the individual that you are. So Good credit would look like you having 2 or more active credit cards, please. Everything needs to be active, not in collections, not pending close or any of this madness. It literally needs to be active. So you do your credit sweep. After you do your credit sweep, immediately trade line, immediately apply for 2 credit cards. Um, Immediately short-term loans. So a short-term loan could be self-builder, credit builder, bank loans, any kind of loans that would be loans that you're able to pay back in a short amount of time. Those are short-term loans. If possible, then go ahead and do an active long-term loan. Active long-term loan would be bank loans, cars, mortgages, stuff like that is considered a long-term loan. And when you have those, it makes you look more credible. So let's say you're an individual that would have a low credit score, but you have still a healthy credit profile, right? You are going to get more, you'll be able to get more than the person that don't have credit at all, or a person that has bad credit. I've seen that shit all the time where somebody's like, oh, I have a 750 credit score, but my partner that has a 6 something was able to qualify and I couldn't. Yeah, because you don't have anything on your credit profile. Like, you have a high score, but the score is absolutely nothing because it doesn't show that you could be a responsible individual. At least this person that has a low credit score, they have data that supports and shows why they have a low score. And a lot of institutions will also look at the reason why the score is low, and then they'll also make a better judgment. This is where underwriting comes in. I'm being an insurance adjuster has put me in so many rooms to where I'm like, wait, so you're telling me that some fucking person that is could be my next door neighbor is literally going to determine everything that I pretty much do and don't do, basically. So definitely build out your credit profile. You always need to make sure that you have enough accounts that's going to facilitate your credit profile looking good. If you need a secured card, or if your credit score is under like 500, tap in with the secured cards. I wouldn't say go with like the Indigos and the Open Skies if possible, because the interest rates on those are fucking ridiculous. I've seen some crazy numbers. If possible, Discover. Is it Discover? I think Discover has a secured card, and I know Capital One does. So Discover and Capital One, honestly, I would say would be like my top 2 for secured cards. And then from there, you work your way up. But yeah, tomorrow we will be tapping in, and I definitely do love the fact that we are getting back into our credit game bag, and having these conversations. And of course, if y'all have any questions or anything, hit me up. But I love y'all very much. CP Talk is gonna be on Twitch. So Twitch later on tonight, we'll have our CP Talks. And again, we only have the CP Talks over there because we don't have to worry about getting like restricted and shit like that, especially with YouTube. Not YouTube, with TikTok. So CP Talk will be later tonight, and that will be on Twitch. I love y'all. I'm gonna go grab some food. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. And if I do come back, it's probably gonna be like an open community stream where I'm able to chop it up with y'all and everything else like that. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tapping in, and I will see you tomorrow. Should we? You know what? Let's figure out what the fuck we're gonna play to end our day, because we started with music, so let's end it with music. How about that? No smoke? Yeah. The outro for the day. Can you call me? Of course, buddy. Give me a few minutes. My bro, that nigga my homie. Count money, fuck hoes. Make sure you get money. We laugh with y'all, cause all the ops funny. Put that on God, man, these niggas don't want no smoke. You niggas don't want it. I can't go. Of course my phone is dead. Leave my mama alone. No smoke. But we that about the money. No smoke. You niggas don't want it. I heard these niggas want smoke. They better pull up with 100. Everyone out Yo, I don't know what the hell I want to eat. I'm about to break my fast. That's another thing. I suck at breaking my fast, yo. We'll talk about it after. Interesting. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna top back in with y'all later. Yeah, I really hate going through a fast, bro. Like me going through a fast is I don't even fucking know how to explain this shit because it's like I never know what I want to eat, and it's like, all right, so the fast is ending. What do you want to eat? And then I notice now, um, I'm starting to eat later and later, and it's like I don't want that. However, I never know what the fuck I want to eat. So yeah, like life is life, and this is where I'm like, I stayed in relationships for all the fucking wrong reasons because it was like, baby, shit, to literally like adult. Yeah, I'm over this shit. Like, so over it. But yeah, I love y'all. I'm gonna connect with y'all later. I'm way over my fasting regime, so yeah, we gonna tap. What's up, Bunny? What's up, nurse? Night nurse. How are you? Hey, how's school and everything else? You didn't miss nothing. You're always on time. What you talking about, girl? You are forever always on time. I hope you've been well. And you missed the convo was about like credit and shit like that. But I was like, yeah, I'll be back later to connect with the homies and everything else. School is great. School. Are you gonna end up going into like CRNA or anything else after? CRNA? Fuck it. Okay. Yeah, I'm all for it. That's money, easy money on top of that too. Why the face? CRNA is literally going to be your thing because you know. Oh, bruh, do I know? Yes. One of my exes, she's actually in her last year, and yeah, she's like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm like, you're in your last year. Like, you came this far. Just finish it, bro. But you're gonna do phenomenal. And just remember, the money I go run, so it's gonna be well worth it. As long as you're working in a hospital that is gonna make your job worth it, right? Mood all fucking day. I'm on it. Shit. Yeah, if you could find you a nice what's that shit called? What is that? Damn, it's a whatchamacallit nurse where they're not like travel nurses. They are fuck concierge CRNAs. Yo, money. Money, money. Oh yeah. If you could get into anything concierge, hello, any in New York. Okay, you already know. Said that. That's like damn sugar daddy central. Essentially, you find the right one. I had a friend that she ended up she was taking care of dude, and when he passed away, homie gave her fucking 50 bands, his car, and some other shit, and I was like, yeah, all from being a concierge nurse. So I could only imagine the possibilities of that. Not sugar. Yo, according to TikTok, I'm gonna be a sugar mama or sugar daddy. So I'm waiting for that status to come into fruition. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of everybody. But yeah, no. Hey, if you're going live, I'm gonna hop in there because Mass needs to go eat. I'm hungry as hell. What do you suggest I eat, by the way? If I'm not, I bet all day. Like, I don't know what I want to eat, and I'm like, this is why I stayed in relationships because to feed myself. Yeah, I don't know what I want to eat. Yo, by the way, next time you're going to Jamaica, please let me know because I would love to slide. I haven't been back there since 1999 type shit. So yes, next time, please, please, please let me know. Except, why the hell they ain't tell me that you was coming? You? Hold on. So you know some of my Jamaican ain't that Jamaican, right? See, you trying to set me up for failure.
No, not really.
Just partially?
Not at all. Anyway, friend, make some curry chicken honey or some chicken back.
Some what?
Rice. Chicken back and rice.
The fuck is chicken back?
What? Alright, you know you're not Jamaican. It's a struggle meal if you have some struggling.
Chicken back? Hold on. Let me Google that.
And yeah, it's a Kingston thing.
Chicken CHI. Chicken back.
It tastes nice, and look, make sure you write Jamaican next to it.
Oh, I put okay. Hold on, Jamaican. Because at this rate, I probably done ate it and don't know what the. Oh, that's that.
Yes. Yeah, with some rice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, so you said you go cook and then maybe come pick it up. Okay.
Not cook, not listen, yes. Listen, apparently relationships. I'm gonna go do that.
Wait, you said currently you're a failure or apparently?
I'm a failure.
How you feel in a relationship?
We're gonna talk to you about it later, cause when I come home and then I mom and they left me.
How you get left?
It's my fault.
How's it your fault?
It's my fault.
What'd you do?
I'll play for the later. A lot. You know, girls on Lexapro be doing the most.
Did you say girls on Lexapro be doing the most?
Yes. Yeah, so you know. Okay.
I mean, at that rate, then I know your fault.
I know. What do you mean?
I know your fault. I know your fault. So you know why we can't support that? Because that means that I'm also crazy. And I really don't believe that or think that. So yeah, we can't support that. Nope.
Yeah.
Damn, buddy. I'm sorry though that didn't work out.
I mean, it's life. Like I'm not tripping on it, but I am tripping on it. But I'm trying not to. And I haven't been single in a minute, so now I'm laying in bed. I'm just like, what?
You just got single like yesterday.
Yeah, literally.
And like I
That's like
said,
today.
you just got
Today.
single like yesterday.
No, today.
Like I said, you just got single yesterday. So by tomorrow, you'll be back.
No, I'm not gonna be back. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not one of those girls. I'm just not. Like I sit in my feelings.
Look, man, I've heard a lot of females tell me that they're not going to do a lot of stuff. And by the time you're done with them,
The last time I dated was 11 years ago. Right. Exactly. So you're not really telling me nothing right now. I'm not a. I'm not a dating girl. I'm just not. I'm a relationship builder.
so you're saying that you're never going to date again for a minute or just till you feel better?
I feel like I think I'm just not ready for the dating thing or the relationship thing that's out here. Like it's different. It's just like it's very different from what I'm noticing. It's just I don't know, like my homegirls and my friends are like, she dropped the ball, but it don't even matter who dropped late if the ball was shot. And when I said get the fuck out, she's like, all right, I'm going.
Wait, you told her to get the fuck out?
Yeah.
Hold on. No. Was it the Jamaican get the fuck out or was it the American? Because
It was the Jamaican.
Bomba
Yeah.
Clot.
Right.
Bomba
It
Clot.
was a lot. It was a lot. And I mean, a lot of it is my fault.
Why are you taking accountability?
I'm not taking accountability for all the shit. Oh, hell no. I'll take what's my fault. I'll take that. But other shit is not my fault. And I'm not about to take accountability for nobody else's shit. But if you want, you can hop on my live. I'm about to get me something to drink.
Ooh, what we drinking?
Girl, we drinking Tito's tonight. I'm already cracked.
Tito's?
So if you come in, you come in, because
like I said, I will be there, and I don't know about cooking no damn chicken, especially right now. So I need a relationship, bro. You need to find me somebody that could cook.
You know what?
What?
Yeah.
What's the yeah? No. Listen to me though. I don't require much. Like I tell everybody, feed me, fuck
You know
me.
what? Let me get on to my live, and I'm going to co-coach you. Let me drop down.
But all right, I'm gonna hop over to your live.
Yeah, hold on to that though, because I'm about to go live right now.
All right.
And if you're not live when I open my live, so I can bring you up,
I will. Hey, I deliver, okay? Before that, after that, I deliver. Just know that.
So deliver.
Yes.
All right.
Flying colors. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the flip side. Are you okay? This mess. Not me out here being me. Not me out here being me. Madness. And of course, we're gonna go join her live after Mr. Mega eat. So basically, she is the homie.
All right, so my bad. I have music playing in the back, but I'm here now, and intricate conversation. And you know me, I gotta set the tone. I gotta set the music. So let me do that. But I'm gonna crack this drink open real quick. And well, no, I'm about to drink some water.
So you gonna drink water before you drink?
Yeah.
Look at you being all sophisticated.
Girl, you have to drink water before you drink.